Basically, this road, like it is now, it's going to be all the way out to the turnoff to Trestle Valley. From what I was reading.
You better rush up there 50 miles an hour. All the cones didn't get his attention.
Cones? What cones? Where we're going, we don't need cones. Straight to the morgue.
Can't believe it went back.
Oh, yeah.
Not much more fun when they dig it up after the
Oh, yeah. Oh,
They'll
yeah.
have to, too, to hook up water and sewer.
Well, after they, build the hospital, they'll have to rip everything out because the road was destroyed.
Well,
Yeah.
not only that, they'll, every time they, boy, they're going to get serious about the restrictions.
It's just sunny, just a block ago. Because I was looking north thinking, oh, it's dark up there. It's sunny here.
Yeah, the sun will do it to you. The sun will do that to you.
Reminds me of that when we stopped in Dilworth. When we stayed in that hotel, it was next to
Oh,
that
and that
little
little,
thing
yeah.
with the coffee shop there.
Right again, though. Oh, right next to it.
It was next to
Right
it.
next to it, yeah. That's been a while. It was over East Grand,
Fargo.
And
Fargo. Moorhead.
Dilworth's like halfway between Moorhead and Holly.
I think it was next to the hotel we stayed in. Or maybe we stayed in that one in.
it was next to it.
I was trying to think. It was just you and me though. So I was trying to think. Why were we there? Or it was just us. But I think we stayed in a hotel in Moorhead.
Oh wait, you said KX News. No, I don't have that on there. I have that KX app thingy in case I would care to watch. But you know, Tom's on the Facebook thing pretty much more than he would be on the regular KX weather app. So he'll get on there and talk if there's any hint of any storms. Don't even have to be severe.
Other folks want to just make sure they got the.
Mainly because, you know, since he's a weather guy, he doesn't really have anything else to do.
They don't want, well, no, what I'm saying, they want programming all the time. That's what
I love how he says he went to his bosses, he said last week, he said, there's some at Magic City, but there's probably the newer schools do, but Edison and Edison doesn't, as far as I remember, they don't. No, Central does not have air conditioning. Central does not have air conditioning. I guarantee you that. Luckily, most of the school years in the winter. So
I would have felt luckier.
although I remember sometimes a couple times 9th grade year. When the heating went out, boy, it was, other people were really cold. I was like going, yeah, it feels kind of comfortable here. They're both sitting in a coat, and I'm like, t-shirt. Yeah, what are y'all worried about? It's not that hot. Or it's not that cold. I remember that teachers wearing their coat and their belts wearing their coat with me. I'm like,
I'll be sitting there.
the teacher's like, are you cold? And I says, no.
People will be wrapped up in blankets and working and be like, man, it's hot.
Yeah, but they were probably about this big and didn't eat any meat or carbs.
Probably right. Write that right into the section where it tells you how to reset it. Okay, well, Mom fixed something. There's a good thing.
Just looked it up in a book.
A sheet like that.
And that's the radio that came with it.
Yeah.
I want the override code.
They went to Bluetooth so that you can hook up your satellite system.
Well, then we need a new one.
But I'm not going to replace it.
Or you get your phone out, like Rich said. Just get your phone and you just use your phone. You get one of those bigger like,
tablets is what
yeah, and then you get one of those plug-in speaker amp, those little amp thingies.
Way more complicated than I want.
That plugs into your headphone thingy on your tablet
down there.
or your phone.
Look at how
And you
much
just
more
have-
traffic there already is on this street.
Remember those little thingies that we had?
Yes,
those little teeny.
yes. I was hoping you could just buy a satellite radio that you could just set on your dash. Speakers included, but I didn't see that as an option. Because they were offering us some deals on satellite radio. Okay, maybe. And then it was like, wait a minute, aren't you supposed to move this thing back and forth between
if it's only about music, and that's all you want to know is listen to is music, not the news,
tablet,
then you just use your 3G or something on your tablet, and you get onto iHeartRadio, and you can listen to the 60s station.
How about if I
or
just,
the 70s or 80s or
how about if I
90s or
just
country
use-
or whatever.
How about if I just slap the kid, number one. Number two, I put in a CD. Or I just listen to whatever radio stations I
Do
can
that
hear.
too.
Apparently he had trouble with
I think I had to reset the battery once or twice. 700 times.
There's room at the ranch or not.
bank to do.
Yeah. There's more involved than you know there. Okay, so, oh, there they are. Okay, they're not activated yet 'cause you have to go through the ATM. Okay, so we're still flying the old ones.
I left mine at home, so.
See, I thought you could buy the little satellite radio that you could set up on your dash and have speakers and all that. See, they keep offering you satellite radio. Wow, that might be pretty good.
It's the kind you gotta put in or have installed or something.
Or Bluetooth link it or some other variation of the game. I was thinking you just plop it up here and it has little teeny speakers in it and you got tunes. Got tunes anyhow. And if we're not going to use the big guy in the truck, we don't need to have satellite radio. Chips now.
Yep.
And there's no raised service. Remember how you put it through the machine to. That's how we used to do all the
Yeah.
fuel for the
All the new ones are
missile
flat.
fields and that and all that.
Like, just like license plates.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't think so. Notice how it dropped the speed of the fan down as the temperature went down. It's overtech.
That way it gets a lot quieter and
Yeah.
then it gets louder.
Yeah. Well, Art said his sensor went bad in that. He had to take it in and replace the automatic sensor. So. Just gonna do the machine.
Okay, carry on. Bye.
I like her.
Can you get close enough?
Okay, which end is which? Not inserted properly or whatever. English would be real helpful. Oh, it's this one.
card.
You don't.
Can't put money on my card.
Then you have to worry about it.
No, I put money on my card.
We don't have, although it says we have a lot of money,
There's not that. It's not.
there's not that much money.
What it doesn't show is all the bills that haven't gone through yet. There's nowhere near that amount of money. It says like $1,200. No, let me clue you. It's a lot less than that.
Oh, you put money on my card.
You're not listening at
There's
all.
no money, nowhere to get that money from, Jeff.
Right. We know that they take out stuff automatically, and the day they do it varies depending on what it is. Okay? So it'll look real good, and then all of a sudden there'll be a $120 hit, and then a $194 hit, and then a $55 hit, and another $55 hit. Next thing you know, it's dropping quickly. So it looks better than it is.
So you like this salad?
Yeah.
How did it compare to the ones you get from Papa Murphy's?
Yeah, I think Pop Murphy's doesn't have as much cheese. But otherwise, it's pretty good. I think that one's a little bit more... It's got a little bit more stuff in it.
Yeah.
Which one? Papa Murphy's?
Yeah, Bagel Stop.
Yeah, I think Bagel Stop's better.
But either one I can have.
I don't know what they cost over. I haven't paid attention what they cost over.
It's like $7 or $8 or something for their
Well, okay,
one.
they're in the same.
No, for Bagel Stops.
Yeah, no big
Pop Murphy's is like $5 a piece.
Well, that's why when I turned around last time, I had a free pizza stamp, so I got the free pizza stamp, and I bought the 2 things of salad.
That
so
works. It does.
Well, I'm just saying that, so that ended up being $10 because I had a free pizza. So in that ballpark.
Yeah.
You can't add anything to it. Like, I usually add the green
Oh yeah,
peppers to mine.
we own
or
peppers and onions over there. Yeah, and I haven't had tomatoes or whatever to Jeff's thing. They can.
to a salad.
Yeah, the Papa Murphy's, yeah.
They'll add it.
Didn't need that.
Look over there. And look at the hole.
Oh, yeah. The gas station's gone.
Water, sewer, power, phone.
Life insurance. Oh yeah, I come like Friday or something. I should have said today, but I can't figure out what I did. On Friday or something like that, I think we're gonna have to get some more pills.
What pills are you talking about?
Both of them.
What pills?
Those things the doctor gave me recently.
All right. Well,
I just noticed
you
how
have
they
to
put
order
them.
those, and you're taking them, right?
Yeah, that's why they're dwindling.
Okay. I'll have to call that in.
Some days I do forget to take them, but try to take them most of the time.
Okay, that's good.
Although I did notice and I read stuff that says if you're taking that one pill for your sugar, I think it was, or the other one, whatever it is, you can't take the water pills. Well, that one pill kind of acts like a water pill.
Kind of is a water pill.
Yeah. But they said don't take any additional water pills.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Digging something up.
I know, it's like they can't let anything past. Oh, looks like digging along the line.
mentioned something.
Can you go on this road?
I don't know.
No idea.
Better go see. I'm gonna say probably not. We're here to hit the lift.
Oh, go that way.
Maybe we can. Looking over here though.
Oh, yeah. That's good, man.
Most of it.
I have to rip this one out next.
Hmm?
I have to rip this one out next.
Probably next year.
Probably, yeah. Depends. You never know.
That one you could have huge amounts of snow. I don't know what snow is probably.
I don't know. Depends. Oh, I've never seen that little Success Depot thing on there.
This must be where they have to start walking from here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's gonna be. Oh, that's gonna be exciting. Oh yeah, that'll be real exciting for the school.
We're gonna take a scenic side trip. Maybe.
As far
Well, as far-
road closed ahead. So
Yes, it does say that. Yes.
do you think you can back out? then?
Yes, I can back out.
Oh, I've never been back
I
here.
can always do something. Somebody wanted me to do something, so I'm doing something. This is the SRT building, if I'm not mistaken, and they have a little garage. You can't go into that.
Never been back here.
Yes, we have.
Oh,
I believe.
Look at this, Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah,
what place
okay.
is that?
The restaurant, maybe?
It looks like, like a Chinese restaurant, maybe?
We've been here. Remember this, Jeff?
Oh, yeah, the backside of SRT, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I'd never seen that before.
I don't know either. But
Of course, times we came back here was like October.
I've never been back here.
I've been back here in a long time. Nice, though. That is nice. I don't know if that's a restaurant or
I'm thinking that's what
something,
it
but
is.
that is nice.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it is.
But looking in between there, all kinds of cool stuff you never seen.
Yeah.
I don't think you're supposed to see it. Well,
Picky.
it's
picky.
not on the tourist route.
It's on my list.
Is it?
Sure.
We driving down every alley in
I
Minot
did
now?
notice that when we came by. And I noticed that these had the same curvy
Mm-hmm.
brick that our house did in Cheyenne.
Yep. it's
Are we
about the
driving
same
down every
finish.
alley in Minot now?
Well, it's going to be kind of hard to
Have you
do,
seen
Jeff,
it?
because they're
They're blocking everything off.
pretty much. But I just thought it was something different.
Yeah.
That you hadn't been there in a long time.
I've never been there.
See?
Oh.
It wasn't so bad. We survived that.
Why?
Okay. It's like some of those lines are just painted today. Looks like.
This one?
No, the lines back there on the road, they're looks like they were just painted.
See, we didn't drive that one yet. Not much there to drive.
Eventually it's locked up too. So.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a little bit of an adventure, yeah.
People on YouTube will like it.
Then you can ask Rich, what is it?
No idea.
Well, I don't either, but
You probably don't know either.
I'm thinking it's a restaurant sometime.
Must be.
I'm thinking it is too, but I don't know which
Can't
one.
get from this side of it to see what it is.
No.
No.
Yeah. Well, wait, it's not on this street. It's back
It's the
there,
one that's
isn't it?
chewed up.
Yeah.
They haven't put all back together yet. Can't go down this one and look at it.
No.
No,
Oh,
It
it's
is
getting
now.
closer though.
Yeah, getting a lot closer.
Maybe another week or something they'll have it paved totally. about that one.
Well, important details, you know.
So glad they're done with this one.
Yeah, well, that's pretty cool. Is that all? That's not quite all the way up yet.
No. See, I didn't even know they had a penthouse on that building.
I think it's a thing on top. Would be my guess. It's got smoked and all the rest of it. I think that's probably it.
But
Yeah.
I didn't ever notice it there.
I noticed there was something up there. I just didn't say vent.
I just thought it was like heating thing or something.
Penthouse either.
And it might be, you know.
But they did.
And these things.
I just
might
thought it
be
was
a lot
a-
more plush than people realize.
Well, that's what some of those ones back there when they were
Yeah.
doing Minot. They went in some of those old buildings and
Very,
redid
very
them.
Sweet inside, yeah.
Yeah, it's like unless you looked out the window, you thought you were in.
I bet that was fun putting that far out yonder there.
Some of the ones they were showing. Oh, there's power. I'm seeing a light. I see a light in there. So there was.
Pretty good.
They must have power in there.
Yeah.
I see a fan going. So
Yeah, I bet you do.
ceiling fan.
And the
So
window's
in the window that's open.
Yeah,
Couple
trying to
windows open.
So they still
Trying to
have
get that
power.
Smoke smell out.
So they still have power up there.
How'd you like to fight the fire in the roof?
No.
No.
Especially the Renaissance building next to it.
They might have power because look at that big cable that's draped across the street up there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That might be it.
Yep. Anyhow, there they are.
But that gives Ebenezer's a chance to do a good clean and
Yeah, they probably needed it too.
Well, they probably did a pretty good job after the flood, but that's been a couple of years. So.
Yeah, I gotta get clean check up there. So
Electrical, redo some electrical.
yeah, I'd say so.
I can't remember the little goofy building intake was in.
It was over one of those over in this area here.
Little
I
area.
don't think the building's there anymore.
No,
Probably not, but it was interesting.
but it was down.
Interesting
It was
little
down over
building.
there though.
Because we did go up in it.
It was either back
It was
here
back there
Yeah.
or it was up in
on that road where
Yeah.
the flower shop
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It was way upstairs.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm going up there. And you can't get well, sort of
Got
get
that
there.
one yet, so.
No, you can't get there.
They closed the pool anyways.
Yeah, we got a little bit of flow to the river.
Get that algae down.
The wind. That's why they use that. It's got poured concrete walls. No, it's that's poured. No, that's wood.
What did they use it for?
It used to be the indoor pistol range. Long time
This one's for lease. I can't even remember what this was.
ago. I don't know.
But I think there was something in there not that long ago.
Yep, something. No road, hot dog.
Not one of the construction companies.
Like I said, I don't remember. Some of this changes pretty fast.
Yeah.
As this closes and wham, they're all gone.
Road back over there too.
It's the season. Terrible roads, terrible this, terrible that. But it's like,
Sometimes you go, why are they doing that? I don't know. But they are.
well, yeah, you can't get the news, you'll never find out.
Well, that's right.
I didn't know there was another bus behind you.
Maybe that's why there's no KX News, because there's nothing going on in Minot. That's right.
Well, then they
Really?
should do Bismarck News. Because they do that anyway.
And on Facebook, I hear all about the news.
Real or otherwise.
Oh, if it was real.
Yeah, I was thinking it was like on this. Oh, no, that's true.
Next street, I think.
Like that where that GER.
They had to go upstairs. Type of
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know,
it was-
but I
it was
don't
a
think
building.
That building is there anymore.
No, it looks like whatever building that would have been, it was taken down.
So
Like that
wow,
was just put up there not that long.
It was like 20 years ago. It was like over 20
not
years ago,
original
so
to the building.
it was like 93 or 94.
Well, I retired in 92, so that would be about right. I was working for him before I retired.
And you worked at Sykes in 2000 or 97.
12 years at Sykes, 7 silver, 5 birds. Gosh, if I got another job, I was going to retire.
Yeah. And they'll get mad if the students park there, I guarantee you that.
Well, they had a big teacher meeting yesterday.
Oh, they always, yeah, before school starts. But I remember some kids though that used to from
They got the wall
Central
on it,
that
like
used to park there, and boy, they got mad. I got to tour the paper a couple times. I got to tour the jail once.
I get to go behind the big doors.
Didn't get to stay. We just toured there for school.
Just for fingerprinting.
We got to go in the cell and they slammed the door, and it was cool for the first 30 seconds, and then the rest of the 2 or 3 minutes, like, okay, how do we escape? Pretty much, yeah.
A little panic here.
First 30 seconds, it was like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. It's like, yeah, and then like, yeah, we went out.
And your cellmate goes, how long are you in for? I don't really know.
Why did they keep the bottles of liquor open?
Well, they put a stopper in it, but the stopper's open, so you can grab it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
Kind of like the syrup bottles at
okay.
At the bagel stop. They're all lined.
Oh yeah, okay, I understand now.
They asked the one vet, he's the oldest U.S. vet at the moment, is 100.
Think of the guy who doesn't drink.
No, this is the guy that does.
No, I'm the guy who don't drink.
No, okay. This is the vet.
Us coffee.
This is the veteran who's 110.
Yeah.
And they asked him what his secret to living.
Oh yeah, I've heard.
Whiskey and cigars.
Yeah. I keep hearing.
I didn't think there was anybody that old alive.
I keep hearing red wine.
World War II.
I keep hearing red wine is the secret to living long.
You can't scare me. I got a daughter.
I keep hearing from all those old people, those like 100 and something people, they always ask, what's the secret to living a long time? And it's almost all of them is having a positive attitude and drinking. When she just totally thinks drinking would just be the opposite. But,
Well, they probably don't drink a gallon a day.
well, no.
There's supposed to be that something.
Some
So like somewhat of like a cup or one glass of wine a day, or one glass of wine every couple days or something like that.
Yeah.
My liver's under enough stress. I don't need to add alcohol to the mix.
Yeah, and the rum coke mix didn't seem to help any.
Well, if that would have worked, I might have been dead. But again, at the time, we didn't know what was causing what.
No, we sure did. Yeah, again. Martians in a special
They
green
might
zone.
buy
Yeah.
something.
It's a big jump up for him, that's for sure.
So that's the Legion one going
clothing. Do you think that's Steve's new place? Remember he was going to start a thing without any guns?
Could be.
See, isn't this the new Ace Hardware?
Don't know.
Owned by Interbase?
Probably. I thought I would look there because they would have stuff there they might not have anywhere.
Or maybe it's just
It's corporate
Interbase.
office. It's not
Oh,
anything.
okay. Then I'm not sure.
I thought this was it.
I thought this was too.
Well, Interbase.
Agribase.
Agribase.
I don't know, I thought this was it.
I did too. You would think it would be. Well, they got stuff sitting out in front of it, like tractors and other stuff.
Always go in and look. I'm sure they won't stop you.
No.
Well, and I'm sure we can look at Max, so it says interest
Hardware,
and stuff.
parts, and service.
That's the one.
Just renamed it,
The big,
maybe.
huge cables. Oh my gosh, it's stronger than we would
Under
Well.
season sale. What is it? Soil? Pine soil?
So it's the same game, but way different as far as the layout's concerned.
Okay, the Ace Hardware I know for sure is probably in the north.
That's not the one we're talking about.
Oh.
Acme would have more
I don't know. where
industrial
Acme-
stuff.
I don't know
It's
where Acme
over
is.
by the cable company.
Mm-hmm.
Little safety showroom.
Communications data network products. Really? Yeah,
Well,
lots
I
of
wonder if there was like orientation for some kids today, if that's where all
Might
those
be.
kids that were coming in when we left.
Oh, sure. Could be.
Some of them they do. Some of the schools do
Like for new students.
half days or stuff.
Yeah, you get a feel for it.
Well, I was thinking if they're moving from like Edison to Jimville.
Well, lady teaches, I forget where she teaches at, but she teaches 6th grade and she teaches science and
English.
nice little school.
Well,
Very
maybe
tiny.
clinic
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Well, it used to be a clinic. They take care of some other stuff.
they said a pharmacy up there. Spot or something.
Mm-hmm.
Land auction. Oh, good day to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Losing all their topsoil.
Yep. Not a lot of that going on. You get a picture of that little thing down there, that elevated thing, Jeff?
What do you mean?
That elevated restaurant thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, restaurant
Yeah, Paris. It's a restaurant.
that is. Well,
Well,
yeah.
it's probably the
true, but
deck part of a different restaurant.
up on the second floor coming up from down below or something.
Just thinking.
We
Well,
couldn't
that
see
could
it.
be-
We couldn't see it from the other side
Yeah.
because the road was all ripped up.
Well, then I don't. Since it's behind desert.
Oh, that's right. Well, Huey
See, there's an Ace Hardware in here.
Yeah, it doesn't have much of anything. Yep.
And
the school. Oh my gosh, you're right.
That's
Here's your
his
orientation
pack.
right here.
That's his pack.
Tomorrow's the first day of school.
Yeah.
Maybe today is not done.
Tomorrow.
They're scoping it out today.
Come and meet your teacher.
Yeah.
Come and find your classrooms.
Well, it's an elementary. It's not that big a deal. As much as
Well, it
the
is.
ones.
It's a big
If it's middle school or high school, now that would be worth going to the day before to see where all your stuff is.
Well, like
Sure, would have been a lot easier for a lot of us that way. Like some idea where the heck we were going.
Are they? Or yeah, they got a whole whatever.
Yeah, that would have worked really well in high school. Like if you could have came the day before, get some idea where you're going.
Well, some of those kids look pretty little, so maybe
Yeah.
it was maybe they're going to kindergarten.
Right.
Well, that's
Right.
possible
They're
too.
a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, high school, that would work really well for us. Especially 9th grade and our junior year. Like when we were first time to go to school, and real nice to know our classes were before the date of.
Well, my first bit of college was summer session between high school and college. You had to go get the
Well, yeah,
computer
college, yeah, that would have
Infinite
been that.
cards.
You know, if you were
Never
taking
done that
more than one
before.
class. Yeah.
Got the cards. Went to the class. And it's like, oh my god.
But in high school, it sure would have helped. You know, at Central, it would have definitely helped. Like, where is everything?
Take you to walk from that building to that building.
Well,
You
this
know
was
you're gonna have
just.
to go up 2 flights of stairs to get to that room where you're supposed to have your
Well, the
class.
lecture is in.
I had
one part of
two
the area,
teachers.
The lab is in a different.
I had two teachers that were opposite of each other, it seems like. In our 9th grade year when we first learned classes. One was wouldn't mark you tardy if you were, 5 minutes late to class, the first month, you're still getting into it. There was another teacher on the other hand that was, well, as we should say, if you weren't in your seat the moment the bell rang, you're getting detention.
You're costing them time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's another thing is.
The music was brutal.
I mean, it didn't matter if the principal stopped to talk to you, or you had some kind of incident somewhere, or you dropped your books or whatever. If you weren't, even if you were on the other end of the school, even if you were coming from another school, and say the bus, I don't know, ran into the train or whatever, if your butt was not in that seat, regardless, you're getting detention.
They're losing time though.
And there are a lot of kids in that class got detention. A lot of them.
I don't know that they did it.
Although that did stop after the kid with the parents who were the lawyers kind of said that if he didn't stop doing that,
Well, but they have
they would sue the school, and he stopped doing that afterwards because they had, from what we had heard, he had a closed door session with the school lawyers and the principal, and basically had determined if he didn't stop that practice, or he'd be docked money basically.
Well, in band, when you or orchestra,
But yeah, then he was really nice after that. It's like, yeah, I didn't care.
In band or orchestra, short practice time is so critical. It's so hard to come by. When you better be in your seat with your horn thing and music appropriately out. Yeah, I'm harping off of him. Maybe 0 Kilo Zulu. Maybe 0 Kilo Zulu. But he stepped up when the clock clicked and his baton went up, and if you weren't there,
Oh yeah.
you were in a jam. I saw one of the music teachers who was brilliant in junior high got so mad he launched a baton across the room and stuck it through the side of the bass drum. musician,
had two
composer,
teachers that
way beyond our level.
that one had an old paddle up in the and of course this guy was the football coach too. He had an old paddle from the old days hanging up in front, and he would point to it every once in a while. And then the other guy I thought was more comical about it was the guy who was running our natural resources class, and he says, yeah, if any of you really piss me off, I already have another job lined up that pays better than this job.
Yeah.
And they'll take me regardless what I do in this job. No, he had another job lined up in the park ranger service or something like that, which is essentially what he was already teaching people, and he could get to a nicer location because he says he was already offered the job. He says, I teach a lot of some weird kids and stuff, and he says I there is that. Of course, he always told us it's like if I really get pissed off at you or really get mad at you and whatever happens, says I will quit and I will go to this other job. So you can do whatever you want to me. I already have something else lined up. I was like, okay. So some of you were like, oh, well, we're not going to mess with him. Actually, he was a really good teacher, actually. So
I remember the third graders.
there was one or two kids that were kind of didn't really care about natural resources and stuff. They were just.
She had a whole big circular garbage can full of yardsticks. She used to smack you.
But they kind of combine natural resource with hunter safety and stuff.
Order was more important than they're munching up gravel or something there.
I like the one kid's like, well, I already have my hunter safety card. I'm just taking this thing for the credit. And he says, well, if I fail the test, are they going to take my hunter safety card? And I love the teacher says, we should.
Well, it's like when they had that
like,
thing at my
yeah, do it, man. You do it.
And I was debating. I could have took shooting, and I wish I probably would have enjoyed quite a bit.
That is the only time that I think, and they probably would never allow that to be done now. They brought in a .22 rifle into class, and it was unloaded, obviously. But yeah, we actually had a gun in class. So.
Well, in our
I know, back in the
60s.
Yes, where the war was going on.
M1 brands and carbines and BARs.
Well, technically the war was going on. No, actually 99 was war not going on really.
Completely disassemble, reassemble, and drill with them. Had an indoor live .22 bolt action rifle range target. Indoor. Ladies could not be part of it, but they had a exception that they performed is since ladies couldn't be at ROTC back then, they decided they came up with this waiver where they could have a ladies rifle team. And they were pretty stinking good. But they weren't allowed to do any of the other stuff whatsoever. They weren't allowed to join, they weren't allowed to drill, they weren't allowed to get points.
Well, you're not even allowed to carry the wooden guns anymore.
Well, this was real weapons with firing pins in them, because we had the honor guard weapons where we actually fired off the, kind of like Milo does, only with the M1.
Again, it was a long time ago.
3-06, right? Brownie 30 caliber machine guns were brought in. We fired 81 millimeters with pneumatic inserts during class, firing, launching projectiles across the campus and stuff. And that's what you did.
Yeah. But
and how many incidents did we have? None.
Well, no, they just sent you to Vietnam.
Yeah. Cold War Germany. But it was very good training. And you could decide right away, I don't like that. Decide, yeah, I'm not going to be about it. And you could transfer back and take another jump class or something like that instead. But we actually, if you weren't very sharp in science, if you took ROTC and gym, they would give you a science credit for it, so they called it military science.
Yeah.
And you were taught land navigations and how to blow bridges up and how to talk about radios, all kinds of science and war type of thing. And huge trees.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of rain.
Yeah, not a lot.
Not
Some
enough.
bunkers are kind of packed up. Spots to stand around.
Just those few that got disengaged from the flock. That's out eating it, leftover grain. Is that your phone?
Yeah. Pipes from leftover drill, whatever they were doing. There's the wellhead, maybe. Whatever it is.
Something that wasn't there before.
There's algae in the water.
Oh, there's where you bring your tree branches. Right here. It says no tree branches.
There's tree branches. There's some bit of algae there.
Oh,
Just a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like grass.
You name
Everything else that's dumped in the river. Just filters it out probably. I don't know either. Sounds good.
I'm sure glad we didn't go down here. Up until the flood, it would have been really nice.
Yeah.
Back then, you could have walked to both Ramstead and just think how much fun that would be.
No. Didn't want to go to Lincoln.
Well, if you would have started out there like in
You
kindergarten,
wouldn't have known any different.
you probably would have liked it.
Well, or be used to it. Because most of your a lot of your summer classes at that grade were over at Lincoln, right?
Yeah, and I didn't like any of them.
Okay, well, we were trying to give you something to do. Let you see different things.
That's definitely a school that had no air conditioning.
Yeah, well, it's gone.
I definitely tell you that. I sweated in summer on that one. Every window open and every fan running, and it still wasn't enough.
Like it's in the 90s.
Yeah.
Even in our house yesterday with the air conditioner running, it's still 77 in our bedroom.
She's a lot better than
A lot better than 97.
That's true.
Well, my weather station said thought we reached a high at 333 of 102. So
77 sounds pretty good.
yeah,
I mean, it wasn't hot.
yeah. Even the 81 in my room seemed better.
It dropped a lot of the humidity down.
Even the 81 in my room wasn't so bad with everything going.
Well, I thought Tom said the humidity went up.
It did, and then
Not in the house.
and then a cold front minor cold front came through and dumped the moisture down.
Yep.
That's why the dew points are sitting in the 40s now. Although in the eastern part of the state, they're still in the 60s.
Well, they still got relocated. So.
Yeah, they I don't think they were going to add on like they thought they were going to add on. They added on that extra class things over there. I think those are extra classes or another gym.
Extra gym, I think.
I'm not sure.
This wasn't set up too bad, I didn't think.
I like Jim Hill. Some of the teachers were kind of, but the school wasn't bad. Some of the teachers are kind of little, you know.
It's a little bit. It's early. Glad to see him probably finally got a light.
Oh gosh, that was needed forever.
Just wasn't here when our kids went
Didn't
here.
used to be.
No,
Yeah, when our kids went here, it wasn't here.
they didn't even have a 4-way stop. They did a 2-way stop.
Yeah, it was less sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, as you often point out, it all costs money.
Yes.
It does. Yes.
Just for like those people in Louisiana, it all
Oh my
costs.
gosh, there's a huge cost.
It's amazing to me how many people had already had all their stuff
Outside already.
pulled out of their house.
Most of the
already.
house was, and they didn't have. Some of them didn't have to go up to about 4 feet. They got it early.
Yeah.
Some of them still haven't them recovered from Katrina.
That would have been farther south, probably. That's quite a ways up.
I don't know. Depends.
Oh no, it's not tree. It's down by the woods. Yeah, I've been there 68. December-ish, probably. Stopped in early.
Depends if we have another active hurricane season or not. Although we really haven't had not much happen
I
yet.
believe it was that long ago. It was 68 when I went.
Yeah.
Where's Barksdale?
It's up by Shreveport. It's just quite north.
And you were there in 82.
Yeah,
83?
something like that.
80?
I want to say
82 or
83. I
83.
want to say 83. Did I go to speak at before I went to the NCO Academy? Or was it the other way around? Wouldn't have got the speak at slot, except one guy got himself in trouble with the NCO Academy, so they canceled his speak at slot. So then I got that short notice on the speak at. I sure did not want to go to the NCO Academy.
Sure, there's a lot more stuff to play on.
Yeah, well, quite a few years ago, Jeff.
It's like kindergarten kids. He looks like a kindergartner.
Yep. Didn't have
Probably. Just to have to run all the way down to that picnic table to use some of the equipment. Gosh, that was a long
outside and
run.
running, good for you.
That was a long walk back. Long walk. That's what I missed when I got to Jim Hill. It was like time to go out and play. It was like, no wonder a lot of people got in a lot more trouble. I think didn't have all that. Didn't have anything to do with all that pent up energy.
Something to be said for that.
If we would have still been in 6th grade at Edison, we would have still had recess. I know gym class is supposed to do that, but yeah.
Well, that's supposed to do a lot of things for you. It's build some muscle, get some,
Yeah.
learn to do sports, learn
Yeah.
to
Up to a
lose,
point.
learn to win, learn to this, learn to that. And then so they start looking at people with actual temper. Like, oh, check out this guy. The rest of them, the teacher just wanted you out of the classroom so they could take a smoke break. Go off and run off some energy. Blood moving back to your brain so you might start
Yeah, man.
volunteer to be the guy to take down the nets, put down the nets in the rain. Out of plastic. Yeah.
I volunteered enough for a lot of stuff.
Safety patrol. Let's see, I did do
Is that the remote radio head or the non-remote radio head that the main radio is, where that cable runs down to? Does that affect the where you put your foot for the accelerator?
No, not at all.
sure.
No, it's right there. You're right in front of it. Nope, no
Okay.
problem. Maybe for Bigfoot it might be. Could it be relocated? Yeah. That's where I put it. Could it be moved? Sure.
Okay.
Put underneath the seat. That's a possibility.
Mom was mentioning that as well.
I don't think it's a problem, but it can be relocated. Okay.
Yep.
To numerous locations.
Okay.
That's what I did. That's where I'm at. And you still have a little bit of room. Oh, actually,
Yeah, I do. I have. Yeah. Now I have something to put my foot up against.
Yeah. That's the bunch you saw. It's all
Yeah, I know. It was Sunday when I looked over there. It was all.
I had noticed it must have been. Yeah, maybe.
You know, you got the turn signal on.
Everywhere sweet corn.
They said they had a good crop of it this year.
Just put it in the can. Make corn pancakes.
I thought about that.
That's a good idea. Well, I don't need syrup, but corn pancakes are nice. That smells. That sounds like a good thing for dinner.
I guess I forget the smell.
Yep.
Well, since there's not very many slots, I guess we could park in the
Handicap.
Yes, you could.
AOO and 0 JDP fire.
Busy doing everything.
Handy.
Interesting thing. This I thought, the more I stared at it, I went, that might work.
Go to the Ford dealer.
Well, what do you do with it?
You drill
How does-
into it and mount stuff on it.
Well, we've got the coffee containers. I don't think we need anything else.
What?
So we already have the coffee cup.
I was just mentioning, Mom said the only bad part of having that thing down there is you can't fold that thing down.
But it can slide out of there,
Okay.
right? You slide in, slide out. When you slide it out, you get right back down to where you were.
But if you've got a radio attached to it,
You can still
able
just
to
disconnect the
slide it out.
cables and slide it around.
Yep.
Somebody
that
else.
him?
I think that's somebody else.
Yep.
I knew that guy from somewhere. I couldn't remember. This one tipped it down. It could work in the back as a thing to put stuff on. Just
do your asphalt.
Every year there's a group like sitting at the corner.
Yeah, it's a corner.
High volume traffic area.
That's true.
Ooh, the big Midco truck.
Hmm?
The big Midco van.
Well, they kind of downsized it. But, yeah. Well, yeah.
They make like a wagon version of that type of Dodge thing.
Yeah, we looked at them.
I didn't think it really looked all that practical.
We looked at them.
Yeah,
Several different things that were kind of cute.
yeah.
But
It's like a redesign of the Pacifica. Wagon.
something like that. But it was what we saw was like a mini, like a fluff van.
Yeah, I know, but they have that's basically what that is. But they have one that's slightly taller than that,
Yeah.
and then they have
See,
a
it's
then they have a
bigger than us.
then they have
15.
one that's like that, only it's in a wagon.
It's like a 3/4. No, not quite 3/4.
Those are like European design,
Well, it's
trying to make them look.
German
Well, yeah,
concept.
yeah.
All the states are flat or somewhere.
Yeah, it's the new thing.
Hey, Bugatti Veyrons are coming to the America.
What?
Fast cars. Cars that can do over 200 miles an hour coming to America.
One of those?
Well, I'd love to have one,
Could never get it.
except for the amount of money that it costs. You know. I don't know. They said that they had one guy who was like 6'7", and like he weighed like 400 pounds. Of course, he was all 400 pounds of muscle, but he got into it, and he says it was rather comfy in there. It has 4-wheel drive, at least for a car. It goes like that one goes up like 240.
Fancy this stuff.
5 miles an
What's
hour
left
for
over
top
here,
speed.
Jeff?
Yeah.
There's a hole. Well, there was a hole there today. Looks like they pulled out some wires and stuff.
Wonder what will be built there now. What will they rebuild?
Well, for how much money they're spending to tear it up, they must plan on putting something.
Yeah. Maybe a new
They did it. They
one.
must be planning on putting something in there soon.
It's gonna be a new whatever it was that was there before.
Apparently not a gas station.
Well, you never know. It's probably still got the tanks underneath.
No, earlier they took the tanks out.
It could be a restaurant. They have plenty of those.
What we need. Looks like he might have a problem.
Could have an issue.
He does have an issue.
No, just waiting for the light.
Could be hung up there on
Guess not.
Pedestrian.
Race Andrews.
that. He knows where he's going.
Somewhere downtown.
Yes.
I'll find out that it is he
Blue Tail?
It's all blue. It looks like it's all green. I'm not sure.
Until it's got something on the.
Agent coming back. We just got that one.
could be doing touch and goes. No, it's heading to the base or whatever.
You just started putting that stream out there.
Something.
Putting on the brakes.
The dreaded 4-engine approach.
Well, they could replace the 8 with 4.
Well, I don't think they will.
The cost would be. One of the big generals is a proponent of re-engineering 352s.
Well, they said they could put new. They said they could put brand new 8 engines on there. They can go from the Pratt and Whitney ones that are on there to a Rolls Royce. They make a Rolls Royce twin engine that's similar size to that, but it's more power and more fuel efficient.
That would make sense.
They said like 2.5 times more fuel efficient than what the new ones that they have on there now. Because I guess they
improvement over the water injection.
Well, I guess they did some improvements to the engines that are on these about 20 years ago. So they're still more fuel efficient than what they had before. They went through and kind of re-engineered the engine a little bit, tuned it up a little bit, added some newer components from the old components that are on there, so it was a little bit more fuel efficient. But yeah, they said the Rolls-Royce engines that they're talking about putting, they're similar in size, but they have more power and they last longer and they're more fuel efficient.
No black smoke trail.
No.
Yeah. That's a big one.
Rolls-Royce engine, man, they're like top of the line.
Yeah, but it's a
I watched the talk. They talked about Donald Trump's new jet. He has the best Rolls-Royce engine they make. No, he just upgraded his 757 to a 777. Bigger plane. Now that his campaign's going. And he's got the best ones they make. The best Rolls-Royce, the engines they make. They said he actually has better stuff than Air Force One has.
Only 2 engines.
Yeah.
Fuel efficient, greater range.
Yeah. Oh, they're huge. Oh, longer.
They go 10, 12,000.
Now, his doesn't have onboard refueling, but
That's
like Air Force One does, but
could be adapted in,
I'm sure it could. But he can stay in the air longer than Air Force One can.
Fly here to New Zealand to have gas left.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of gas left.
See, I don't even see a trail.
Now,
Yeah.
could his plane withstand the EMP pulse? Probably not, but well, you never
I
know.
don't know.
Depends on how it's engineered.
Depends how much money he spends a lot of money into. Of course, he likes everything ultra perfect, 100% perfect. If there's a fabric line, they showed in this other one, it was 57 a couple years ago when they did it.
That was nice aircraft.
He said if there was a fabric line out of place, he'd have all the carpet in the whole plane replaced, so that there was that little piece of fabric would be gone. And he said that they messed up some kind of paint job. They fired the painters. They fired the painters.
There it is.
They fired the painters, and they brought in some better painters from Indonesia or something like that. Little company, but they were really good there. They repainted the plane, and it was better than the other guy's best work ever. Like, whoa! Even he was impressed. That actually impressed me.
Well, that puts him on the list of there you
So he started having doing other things in their company stuff for painting signs and other things and stuff.
As it changes angle, you get different looks at it. Some points it almost disappears, even though it's bigger. Well, the engines would be a lot putting the engines on this is anti-reflective paint, which they already have. See, there she's getting me kind of a small picture.
They put some of that stealth coating paint on it,
Yeah.
radar surface and stuff.
Yeah.
Then it might not be so bad.
Get rid of that black smoke.
Mm-hmm, that too.
Yeah, fuel efficient. Costs lots of money. Of course, you probably
government
need
spent
the
money.
fuel.
Oh, but the government just told the Defense Department just I just came up with a thing where they said they can't appropriate where the some $6 trillion went. I have no idea where it went. They spent it, but they don't know where it went.
I would tend to have a paper trail on some of those.
Now, other defense budget stuff that they had, you know, the last $2 trillion they spent on regular defense programs, they can account for that, but they can't account for this $5.6 trillion.
That's a lot of money.
And they said it probably went to Black Ops research and stuff.
Well, that's okay.
But you know, Black Ops, there's a normal Black Ops budget, and then there's another Black Ops budget, which is kind of, no, it's not even that good. It's like Air Force research and development stuff. Basically, a lot of that stuff goes on in Nevada nobody knows about. Although the latest rumors are out that Tesla created some kind of anti-gravity drive, similar to what the Germans were working on. And they said that their U.S. government bought it, or acquired it, or whatever, and have been using it. So they said all this stuff with the rocket ships and stuff is all to pull the wool over people's eyes. Yeah, well, yeah. They've had a few people that worked for Tesla on their deathbeds talk about it. And that they had it and they whatever. Fly, little birdies, fly. Probably eating ants or whatever. Worms.
So I figured about the time you do Minot State homecoming is usually warm. Those might be perfect for that.
Yep.
Keep the other ones in the
Yep.
fence because that's kind of a.
Since we got to wear those orange thingies anyhow.
Yeah.
Really can't tell much about
Maybe
it.
a little bit cooler.
Yeah. Well, hopefully.
More likely.
Does anybody want to do a? Does anybody want to do a small blizzards? kids?
First and second graders, man. Special ed.
During the school year?
Yeah,
Kind of like what they did last year.
that would be just a little small segment.
It was busier yesterday.
I guess we can park in the dreaded handicaps.
Yeah,
As I remember, there was trouble with that. People wouldn't let you back there. I think so, okay? If it's wrong, it's my fault. You gave him mine, not yours.
Oh,
oh.
I'm sorry. It looked like his, like something he would order, but I forgot what he ordered.
I ordered the
Butterfinger?
Butterfinger.
That's what you got, I think.
No, I think this is a cookies and cream.
Well, okay, so we got it wrong.
I'll eat it. Regardless.
Yeah.
And you'd have trouble eating anything that you have on.
We gotta go now, or we ain't going.
Be happy with that.
Yes, I know. Stop me plug here and another thing.
wheel disc.
Well, you could.
Slip the
I
fingers.
think there might be a couple underneath.
Mm-hmm. Slick your fingers.
Well, I should have just got napkins. I'm not sure. Or if they put the other tops on. Yes. It's still not sticky on the steering wheel. Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bring your mom.
is working.
Yeah, there is.
To the edge. Let's do that.
Looks like it's the place to be.
It always has been.
Too fast or something. Well, school starts tomorrow. They're not done. In Central.
Yeah, that's what he said. They're gonna have to walk a block.
Well, no, they'll have to drop them off at the other side.
No. Well,
Or
walk away.
no, there's that other side that's open next to where the teachers are. They'll just have to go in the other side. It'd be real exciting for everybody.
I was just going by what they said on the news
Mhm.
last night. They have to move. You can't get around that side.
There's multiple ways to get into the school. Thankfully.
I don't understand this jumping around. Are they doing drugs or swans or something?
I don't know. Well, you know, if they're acting like zombies, they're on the baskets.
Oh, I suppose. Seems dumb.
They make these in the cups.
No,
In the blender.
I think so. Plop it in there. I think that's probably right.
Plop, plop.
scavenge out the building.
I would have thought so too.
Such a waste of the antenna on these. Windows on. Use those for something else. Yeah, they pulled the Delta signs down out of there. You can see little specks of rust on them. They put that up and I'm like, man, that's tacky as hell. Took down a really beautiful photo. It shows no topography of rivers or anything. Just it's like for a first grader. It's so soft. Yeah.
go that way so you can get into the back part of the school.
tear up 16th even more, and they haven't got Broadway fixed yet.
Are they gonna widen it? I don't think that's
Put a
what they're
turn
gonna
in.
do.
Take down that wall,
Well, then they're gonna try to widen it a little
widen
bit.
it, move the utilities,
That'll be exciting.
make the turn. And it'll get rid of that blind wall intersection for safety. Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they put the wall back up into that You gonna move that wall down here? Is that what they're going to do? Why they got the additional clearance on
Probably gonna do something with this road, probably do. driving it, I'm never gonna use it.
Huh?
Mom's already said to me, says, I don't know if we have any radios in here anyhow, I'm never gonna use them.
She's never going to use it?
Yeah. Well, she says, I says, well, yeah, but you had your, when you had the other car on the Jeep, when she drove it, she never used the radios in there.
All it takes is one little test.
Yeah, she said we were at coffee that one time and she went there last week or week before or whatever. She talked to Mary. Mary says, yeah, I'm licensed. I don't ever use it, but I'm licensed.
I don't know if she went to general or just tech. She's pretty smart.
I think she's a tech. But she put it, she never uses it.
Oh, well, every once in a while Henry gets her to talk.
Yeah.
Very often.
I was asked Mom says if you were gonna, ever take tests. She said probably not. I said you can call down the radio. So I just call on the phone.
That's true, as long as the phone's agrees with you. We need to raise the power to where we can reach out and touch the other.
Reach out and touch somebody.
Well, the other feet.
Yeah.
This
My dream is to have overlapping digipeater coverage everywhere.
I don't think it's going to happen.
It's a dream.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a cruise ship too. Carved out in North Dakota. It'd just be something to go down the interstate and look over and see this cruise ship. Casino, hotel, and entertainment center.
Well, put that down in Midtown. Shores.
Out in the middle of nowhere, North Dakota. And there's along the highway. There's a big ass cruise ship.
Sure. You wouldn't have to be getting seasick, but you have to shovel the snow off.
Little details. I suppose you build your really huge building around it and put in your virtual whatever system and make it look like you're on the wave. Then you put big hydraulic things and you're like, it's like you really are on the waves, only you're not. I don't know. They did a scale model of the old Titanic. There's a couple places around the country that have full scale things. You can go inside and then they have it done up all like the original ship was looking and everything. And they have it in some of these areas, and you're like going to start realizing that Titanic really wasn't that big.
At the time, it was big.
I was like, "Wow,
at that time,
steamy."
At that time, that was a very big ship. Okay.
They definitely make it look appear much bigger in the movie.
Well, there wasn't that many cabins.
Yeah.
Deck. It's more like cattle. You sure can't see through your big trucks.
I mean, a battleship's bigger than the damn thing.
At the time, it was a big ship. Okay.
Even a carrier's bigger. Even an old carrier was bigger than that.
It was a big ship.
Yeah.
We're talking World War I era here.
Yeah.
Can't-
I meant the Lexington. That's bigger than the Titanic was.
But it was built after the Titanic.
I know.
Right?
But in terms of yeah.
You stir that up, you have no idea what's going to come out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's part of the problem with all these great ideas. They don't always pan out.
We gonna have like hot dish tonight or something?
Yeah, I'm going to throw something together. It'll probably be a spaghetti-like thing.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Save the hamburger for Thursday, probably.
Yeah.
Whatever we can squeeze out of what we got.
Yeah. I'll be doing a lot of editing tonight. I got my photo
Some stuff we haven't seen.
Yep. And my card's almost out of memory.
So how do I get the damn thing?
Gotta come all the way around. Gotta go all the way up to the where you turn off to dead next turn off. And come around. Radio Shack? Oh, I said the Radio Shack.
Stereo shop.
Yeah, you know, they might just have them.
Could saw off an inch off of this and then file it really hard. Or you could find yourself a little piece of wood or plastic box.
Or you know who would probably have things? LawEnforcementSupply.com.
Which would cost $9 million.
Or Galls. Galls would have consoles.
Would cost $9 million. You have to go through
It's just little details.
Yeah.
Just a little detail.
Yeah. Sometimes you can find speaker boxes that are angled. And you can put something like that.
Run out to the junkyard and find an old police cruiser and yank out the damn console. They didn't yank it out.
Strip anything out.
Yeah.
And then you pull the dash apart. You find out who's got the newer radio. You slop that in.
Swap the newer radio into it.
The satellite and all the rest.
Well, that's where you go to the stereo shop and ask them what the damn radio cost to put one in.
$400 probably.
Well, same thing if you went to anywhere else in town for a new radio.
Yeah.
You don't have to run all over town looking for them either.
Well, you know, there's something to do in that though too. You're out of the house with somewhat of a mission to nowhere.
Well, yeah, mission to nowhere, definitely.
You never know when you're done. But we did get the
When the memory card's full, then I'm done.